being done by myself, Kathy Mackey. It's going to be done by Mary Alberto, who is taking my hat off. I'm giving it to her as volunteer coordinator. So now Mary will be taking over the memory garden. So here's Mary.
Good evening. I'd like to welcome everyone to the Regional Hospice Plant a Memory Garden dedication. We know that you're anxious to hear the band, so we're going to keep this short and sweet this year. But I need to take a moment to thank all of you from all of the volunteers and staff at Regional Hospice for your continued support. Thank you.
And now I am not Joanne Sauter reading the names. Joanne was ill this evening and couldn't make it. So I will read the names with Nancy Picka. In honor of Carl Anderson, Kathleen Anderson, Judy Holst, Jean Ann Lepore, Leah Nicola, Tracy Rowe, Doris Sauter, and Gladys Sira. In memory of Lillian Anderson, Brenda Rivio Anderson, Dorothy Albert, Ida Alsman, Hilma Augustson, Milo Augustson, William James Barrett, A.W. Bill Boleen, Irene Boleen, William E. Bolin, Tony Bonato, Byron Brannis, Geraldine Brannis, Keith Broadbent, Bruce Bukovitz, Marianne Bugney, Clarence Bushy, Richard J. Carlson, Marion Casari, Bill Chamberlain, Tierney Chamberlain, Reverend Robert Colick, Elsie Comer, Teresa Konratowski, Jimmy Cox, Marion Duranko, Nanette Luama Dolan, Jean Gindrich Davis, Charlotte DeRizzo, Jean Dickus, Stan Dickus, Joseph Dudra, Elaine Elias, Peter Elias, Virginia Jenna Erickson, Mary Evenson, Buddy Finko, Betty Fuller, Joe Fuller, Rita Geller, Gogebic Range Band departed members, Kathleen Goodfellow, Dr. Joseph Goda, Nikki Gregory, John Red Rulon, Lucy Gustafson, Gordon Helgerson, Ray Helen, Carl Hendrickson, Julie Broadbent Herring, Helia A. Holm, Richard D. Huber, Melinda K. Hutari, Herbert Isaacson, John Isaacson, Mary Lou Isaacson, Malvina Isaacson, Wally Ives.
William H. Jacobson, Ino Jolinen, Helen Jolinen, Isaac Jolinen, Olga Jolinen, Toivo Jolinen, Theodore Jen Sieski, Bertha Johns, Eva M. Johnson, L. Josephson, Myrna Kangas, William Karpus, Linda Jane Kartinen, Willie R. King, John Corpola, Tina Corpola, Kossuth family, LCDR Carl Kretschmeyer, John Krohn, John Kuznarich, Pat Kuznarich, Bob Kennel, Toivo W. Kairola, Nicole Romo Lane, Steve Lozon, Mary Catherine Lentz, Kathy Leone, Bill Limaka, Jeanette Limaka, Raymond Limaka, Russell Limaka, Charles Robert Lindbergh, Elvin Lindquist, Audrey M. Lindquist, John G. Lindquist, May Lindquist, Mamie Lindquist, Russ Lundgren, Helena Luma, Eugene Mays, Marvin L. Mackey, James Jim Mackinnon, Laurel Mackinnon, Elmer Matson, Hilma Matson, Mike Marine, David McDonald Sr., Florence McDonald, Charles Lawrence Mikola, Dominic A. Mikola, Genevieve Shade Mikola, Joseph Mikola, Joseph Andrew Mikola, Joseph Patrick Mikola, Lawrence McKella, Lawrence Charles McKella, Mary Del Aqua McKella, Marilyn McKelly, John Minkin Sr., Ruth Minkin, Adele Moore, Bill Moore, Carla Moore, Billy Nancaro, Lucille Nancaro, Nellie Nancaro, William Nancaro, Gail Nelson, Leroy Nelson, Warren Nelson, Eli Matthew Nemi, Shirley M. Noreen, T. Leonard Nyquist, Mary Obremski,
Steve Obremski, Astrid Olakainen, Donald Olson, Philip Olson, Victor Paternoster, John D. Patrick, Catherine D. Patrick, Ray Pollack, Janice Pereiro, Tess Peters, Dolly Peterson, Gretchen Peterson, John Petrocatelli, Donald Picca, Ursula Probst, Stanley Prebish, Catherine Prospero, Joseph Prospero, Louis Prospero, Mary Nero Prospero, Tim Prospero, Helen S. Pumala, Amanda Raisinin, Robert Raisinin, Robert Bob Raisinin, John Rakovich, Nick Ray, Sigrid Ray, Robbie Robinson, Spencer Robinson, Hilda Ricola, Jack Ricola, Stephen J. Wisniewski, John David Rye, Marianne Rye, Dennis Sari, Ike Sari, Jacob Sari, Ken Sari, Lempy Sari, Maria Sari, Ruth Sauter, John Sawicki, Bonnie Schachman, Ted Schmaltz, Bob Schultz, Richard Schumacher, Leo Secor, Vivian Secor, George G. Semenak Sr., Lena C. Semenak, Joseph Simo Sr., John Sira, Doreen Simmons, Ronald Simmons, Cecilia Skoronsky, John D. Skoronsky, John S. Skoronsky, Susan J. Skoronsky, Bernice Smith, Marion Stevens, Sigrid Suni, Toivo Suni, June Susser, Deb Toth, Lucille Tutloff, Artis Trosick, Francis Udy, Dominic Belisano, Amy Van Oyen, Vikertovsky family, Al Walker, Wallace Weister, Netzt Wesman.
Patricia Westeen, Glenn Wicklin, Helen Wicklin, Irene Williams, Dorothy Willing, Marion Wilson, Annalise Wisniewski, Leslie Warrenen, Mary Lee Yachik, Margaret Yesney, Janice Yan, Dolores Zanetti, and Delia Zarzyski.
Thank you, and we apologize if any names were mispronounced.